Hey guys, it is Monday, just over a week and a half from my national show that I did. If you saw my last peak week and show day video, you will know that I did not do well whatsoever at that show, and I was pretty devastated with the outcome. I thought I had brought my best physique and my best look to stage, and so to place the way I did was just really disheartening and disappointing. It made me question whether or not I even wanted to compete again, whether or not I'm good enough for this sport, whether or not I have what it takes. And I was just feeling pretty defeated. So I took a week off the gym. I still did cardio, but I just deloaded, enjoyed Thanksgiving, ate a bunch of food, drank a bunch of wine, and had a good time. And so today was my first day back in the gym. I had a training session with Anna first thing this morning, and I was a little apprehensive just to get back in the gym. I think that most people know already that the show didn't go well, but nonetheless, I didn't want anybody to feel like sorry or pity for me. So I was just kind of dreading it, but it was a great workout. It was so great to be back. And also Anna and I had a chance to talk about sort of like what's next and what my strategy should be for 2024. And so surprise, surprise, we will be competing again in 8 weeks. We decided that my physique is strong. I have built a lot of muscle. I'm still obviously relatively lean, and that doing another show, although it will be a regional show, would be, I think, a good way to sort of like, I don't want to say like eliminate because they won't go away, but to sort of like not end this competing season on such a bad note. Hopefully, right? Like I can never guarantee how I place, but going back to a non-natural show where I've historically done well, getting the feedback from head judges like Tarek would be beneficial. So that's going to be our plan. We will be competing at the show in Los Angeles on November 20th. And after that, we will take a break and basically reverse, but then also continue to build and then prepare for the Masters National Show, the Muscle Contest show in November. So the same weekend that I did the national show in Alexandria. And hopefully we can, work really hard to get my pro card at that show. So that's probably the strategy I should have taken, a couple weeks ago, was to do the Masters National show here. But again, I wanted to try the natural show and see what that was all about. I saw enough, and now I want to go back to the Masters show here. So I think that's going to be our plan for 2024, which I'm really excited about. Of course, I have a little apprehension about just not doing well and having 2 poor shows and 2 poor placings in a row, but I'm feeling confident. I've done muscle contest shows before. I've been judged by Tarek multiple times before. The last time was in Tahoe in August, and I got really great feedback, and I placed, I had 3 first places. So I'm confident that I've improved in that physique, and he will see that. And well, I'm not expecting an overall title or whatever. I just want to validate that I'm on the right track and continue to grow into this physique by nationals next November. So anyway, we're back in prep. I will take you along with me, and it should be interesting. I am starting already where I've been trying to like maintain at 1420 calories. I think it's like 145 protein, 120 carbs, and 40 fats. So I'm probably going to stay here for a while. Anna has me doing still an hour of cardio. So I was actually looking forward to bringing that down and bringing calories up, but we'll hang tight here. And I actually have a lot of inflammation from like just drinking alcohol and eating foods that I haven't had in a long time. My body is so sensitive to those things. So I definitely have some inflammation. I'm bloated. I'm holding water. So we're going to try to clean all that up and get rid of that water and inflammation. So I'm hoping by like next week, I'll be able to like check in confidently and be back to sort of like a close to stage physique. But right now I kind of feel just bloated. But yeah, I'm excited, nervous, all the things. It's going to suck actually to prep during Christmas and New Year's. And also we have a ski trip planned. And so we're going to have to work around that, but I don't want that to get in my way of my goals And I also don't want to compromise on having fun on those holidays and on our trip and enjoying that time because my husband deserves it. He was expecting me to be off prep. And now I'm going back on prep and he's so supportive, but I want to make sure it's, you know, minimal inconvenience to him since he just endured months and months in prep with me this last year. So it'll be interesting, but I'm excited. I will take you guys along, like I said, with me. Thank you for all your support as always, and let's do this. Hey guys, just got home from the gym. It is Monday. I'm officially 7 weeks out from show day. I had an amazing workout with Anna this morning. I am so sore from our workout on Friday and like dead. So today's workout felt extra hard, but I'm sticking to this habit that I started last prep, which is eating simple carbs in the form of white rice right after my workout to help with muscle recovery and building. And I feel like it's been working really well for me. I just feel like it's really contributing to like my overall recovery. So I am currently making some meatless crumbles. These are vegan meatless crumbles, and they are like so good for you. The macros for 1 cup, for example, which 1 cup is kind of a lot. I probably have half a cup, but for 1 cup, it's 3.5 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 45 grams of protein. And the best thing about this is that it really mimics like a ground beef. I mean, I haven't had ground beef in years, but it's very good. And it like takes on the flavor of whatever you are cooking with it. So I just put in some everything but the bagel seasoning. That's about it. It takes about like 5 minutes or so to heat up in the pan. And then I'm going to mix this in a bowl of rice and then pour a little ponzu sauce over it. And it's so good. And then it ends up being a very high protein, low fat, but also high carb meal, which is like perfect for post workout. So I always cook my rice in a rice cooker. It's just so simple. It cooks for like 12 minutes. which is perfect while I'm like prepping and cooking the rest of my food. So I have 175 grams of rice, and I'm actually just gonna put it in a bowl because I like to like mix it all around. So I have my bowl on the scale, and I'm gonna measure out 175 grams of rice, which I cannot wait because I'm so hungry. And even though like 175 grams is like, I don't know, a lot for like a normal person eating, I feel like it's never enough. And then I'm just going to literally pour my meatless crumbles right on top. And then I have ponzu. I love ponzu. I love like anything citrusy flavor that's like tart. I try to like minimize sauces. I actually don't eat a lot of sauces to begin with, but I definitely try to minimize them the closer I get to prep. But being 7 weeks out, I'm not worried about just having like a little bit on it. And then normally I would top this with green onions. You guys, if you watch any of my other videos, you know like I'm obsessed with onions. I love onions. But unfortunately, I've been having like some GI issues. And my internal medicine doc told me to follow like the FODMAP, which is a diet for people with IBS. And it's supposed to help people really with like any gut issues. Well, not any, but it's just like a good starting point when all other things are like pretty consistent. So unfortunately, onions is one of the foods that I should avoid, and garlic, which are two things that I love. So I'm cutting those out just to see like how my stomach responds. It's been like a week and a half, and quite honestly, like my stomach is a little bit better, but not a lot better. So I don't know if it's worth it, but I might go like another week and then reintroduce it. But anyway, this is my bowl of food, which I cannot wait to eat. I am starving. I will top this with salt, and then it'll be perfect. Good morning. It is Tuesday and we are just under 7 weeks out. It'll be 6 weeks this Saturday and I'm feeling great. Honestly, I feel very strong. Calories are still at 1420 and I'm dropping weight every day, which is amazing. I think water loading, like for me, helps me drop a pretty good amount of weight. I think it just like flushes my body, clears everything out, and it just works for me. So that may be the reason why, but anyway, I'm getting closer to my stage day weight from nationals, and I think the sooner I can get there, the better, because I can start to reincorporate some refeeds into my diet and kind of like cruise into the show, into peak week. So that is ideal. So I'm very happy my body is responding. I'm down to 136 this morning and I left for nationals at 132, but I've been dropping like a pound a day over the last like 4 days or so. So hopefully that continues. Of course, that'll plateau at some point. And of course, I don't want to get too thin, so we'll watch that, but it usually isn't a problem. I'm about to take some check-in photos for Anna and then do some stretching and stomach vacuums. I am trying extra hard lately to practice my stomach vacuums, being really consistent about them. One of the things that I really want to improve on is keeping my core tight on show day. I haven't gotten any feedback about it, but every time I see my stage pictures from the show day, I always feel like my core isn't as tight as it can be. And I don't know why. I feel like maybe I need to practice stomach vacuuming more to have more control on stage. So that is what I'm doing. Also, stomach vacuuming, I think, helps to tighten your waist. There's like evidence that it can bring it down like an overall dimension. So that would be nice too if that could happen. But I'm doing at least like 4 solid stomach vacuums every day. And I try to hold it for like 30 seconds. So I know that's not like a ton, but you know, I just have like the stretching and stomach vacuuming routine that I do, and I try to get it done as like quickly as possible while it's still being effective. So I will walk you guys through that as well. I do this like literally every day. And this stretching routine also, I love it. It's pretty quick, but the thing about it now is when I don't do it, like if I wake up and I'm having coffee in bed with my husband on like a Sunday morning or something, like my body craves it. So like that, which I think is a really good thing. So like I want to get out of bed and do it. And I literally do it usually, now I'm going to do it after my check-ins, but I usually do it like as soon as I wake up, brush my teeth, and like still in my pajamas, I will do it before I do anything else. That way it's like getting it done and no excuses, because I will always find excuses not to stretch. So anyway, I will get this done and I will talk to you guys soon. my gosh, it feels so good when I'm done. I think it's helped me so much with my mobility in lifting, and also to help prevent me from getting injured. Like, as hard as I lift, knock on wood somewhere, I'm surprised I haven't gotten injured. So I think this definitely helps. For the stomach vacuums, I'm sure I don't do it perfectly, so it's not like I would follow my technique. I would YouTube it or something. And I have in the past, so this is just what I do from what I've learned. But I blow out all the air in my stomach as much as I can. And at the very bottom of that, I will suck in my stomach as much as I can. And I focus on really pulling from like my lower abdomen. This is the place where I really need to have more control, and then holding it for as long as I can. And it's usually about, well, it usually starts like about 20 seconds, and I can get up to like 35, 40 seconds, depending on how many I do. But I try to hold it for as long as possible, and then I blow out with control, because I don't want to just like blow out everything and like my core to expand. The whole point is to control that core. So this is how I do it. Sometimes I do it standing, but most of the time I just do it lying down. And I do a few with my knees up and then a few with my knees out. I just feel like it's a different kind of control. So that's what I'll do. And that's it. Now time for breakfast. I am about to head to the gym in about 30 to 45 minutes, so I'm going to make a quick breakfast. This is my go-to breakfast almost every single morning. I go either between oats or cream of rice, but prep or not prep, this is my go-to breakfast. So I'm going to make some protein oats this morning, and I have 35 grams of oats. So I'm going to measure that out. And then I'm just gonna fill this. I have a hot water dispenser, so I'm just gonna fill this with hot water. I'm gonna mix in the protein powder, so I'm gonna put a little bit extra water so there's enough liquid to mix. Okay, hot water is in there, and now I'm gonna take my protein powder and I'm gonna mix in 25 grams of protein powder. You can use any protein powder that you have. This is just a vanilla one. I actually wish I had like a better flavored one to mix in here right now, but I just don't. So just mix this all together. And I like my oats like a little liquidy, so I might add more hot water. If you don't have a hot water dispenser, you can just heat it up in the microwave or on the stove, or even just put cold water on it and put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. This is just like a quick way to get it done. So I'm gonna mix that all together. And again, the vanilla tastes fine, but it might be good to have like a chocolate or like something a little bit more flavorful to give this some more flavor. If I don't have enough fiber in my day, I will mix this with psyllium, but I have plenty of fiber today, so I'm actually going to put some pumpkin in it. I love all things pumpkin. I have 50 grams of pumpkin, and I just love the flavor it gives it, and I like the texture that it gives it as well. So I just mix that in, and it's really pretty subtle, but just enough to make it like flavorful and pumpkin tasting. So that is all mixed in. Next, I'm gonna top with cinnamon. You can also top this with like nutmeg or pumpkin spice. And then I'm gonna add peanut butter in here. I always like a little bit of like nut butter or chia seeds, just like a little bit of fats, not a lot, in my breakfast. Particularly if I'm working out, I definitely like to add some fats, and it's always in the way of like chia seeds, flax seeds. But most of the time, if I have enough fats, it's with peanut butter or almond butter. I like to add in all my ingredients with my bowl on the scale. But with nut butters, I always put the nut butter on the scale and I clear it. And so this morning I'll have 18 grams. So as I remove it, it'll say -18 on the scale. And I just find that that's better because or at least I have the propensity to like over consume nut butters, and a little bit is so calorie dense. So even if I have like leftover on my spoon, I just like to be really precise on how much nut butter I'm eating. So that's why I'm always putting it on the scale first and then removing it. And then anything that's like leftover on my spoon or whatever is already accounted for. And I just swirl this around in my oats and then mix it together. And the final thing I'll do is I will top with just a little bit of pink salt. And I saw this probably on somebody else's video a long time ago, and I was like, that's interesting. And I edited it once and I love it. And I think it's always good to have a little bit of salt and sodium in the morning. Some people put it in their water, but I find putting it on my oats is like the best way to get it, and it tastes amazing. And now I'm going to eat, head to the gym, and I will talk to you guys later.